on the bench this morning, Marantz model G245. The customer brought it in saying there's an issue with the relay. When he turns the power on, it makes some kind of a noise or static, and he's saying the lights are blinking on and off. I'm going to power it on the dim bulb, and I got to press real hard for the power button. That could be an issue. It's all lit up. Left and right channel are working. I didn't hear any noise though. I don't know. But I feel there's an issue. This should not be drawing this much power, especially when it's on neutral. Right now it's drawing like 20 volts just on standby. I don't think that's right. I mean, it's either the bias is not set, we've got capacitor issues. I do know that I don't have a dead short. Both channels are working and they seem to be equal, but I am drawing too much power. So what we're going to do, so I'm going to open this up and see what I can find. And when are we going to do this? We're going to do this right now. Let's open it up. Alright, we're ready to open this up. This is a mess. Look at the, I don't know if you guys can see this, man, but I'm right over here. Look at this. This is so dusty. I mean, he told me that he brought it over to have it serviced, but they don't, come on, you don't leave dust like that. Doesn't make any sense. If you're asking me, there's going to be a lot more issues in this. There's he's saying it may have an issue with the relay. This is the relay right here. We've got some caps there that does not look too healthy. Okay. Well, I'll bring you guys closer. I'll check some voltage. Okay, what we're going to do, and shut the power off, bring you up in the air, and look at the size of this transformer. It's huge. This has got to be pushing a lot of voltage through here. and it's well set up. I'm not disagreeing with that. It's been worked on before. I don't know what kind of work they've done on this. This has been in a humid place, basement, or I don't know, your barn, God knows. I'm gonna take this bottom plate off. It's in place. One more screw. There we have it. It's well made though. Everything is all well designed. These Marantz were really good machines. This is the tone board. Right now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for any issues, loose wires or So this is the issue here. So what I'm going to do is there's two screws here holding this together. Take this out. There we go. Now we should be able to push this out. Now I'm hoping this is just, there's enough wire here to, yeah, it's broken off. I see something here that I could get, hopefully. So what I've done, it was broken off the plate here. So I've glued it back together, and I'm thinking that it should hold, and hopefully I'm going to tell him about it, tell him that it's just glue, and all he has to do is go really slow and hook up his phono on that and leave it there forever. So I'm thinking it should be okay. Okay, I wanted to show you guys the problem or the issue that we're having with this Marantz. Okay, I've got two cameras on, one on the scope and one. Take a look at these lights when they're blinking, and it's giving me a static for about a minute and then it goes away. This is the issue that I'm having.
520 FA or the TRX 420 FM. For what's happening, boys, even.
Okay, back on track. I'm gonna shut it off. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I'm gonna power this on, And I'll show you the symptoms that I'm getting with this. Is as soon as you turn it on, the lamps here blinking, they do blink, and I've got a static lasting for about a minute, and then it goes away after a while. And I've got the camera on the scope as well. You could see the static on both channels, and you should be able to see the light blinking. And this is on any, it doesn't matter which. If I can get it on the auxiliary AM FM tape, it always does it. And there it is. See the noise? That's what I'm seeing. And you can see the light blinking across the panel here. And like I said, it does it on every, doesn't matter if I have it on auxiliary FM or AM. There, it stopped. You see it? The lights are not blinking anymore. And I'll show you the scope. The scope is nice and clean. This is every time I turn it on and off. Just shut it off, powered it back on. Anyways, that's the issue that we're having with this Marantz. Well, this is the power switch, and look at the arc when I turn this switch on, and that is what's causing my interference. It's a lot better So this switch is at fault, and this is the issue with this whole system. You see it? If I move it now, I'm having an arc on the other side. So the connectors that connects together are at fault. This whole switch is at fault. There's my switch here. That's the power on and off switch that I had to replace. There's the power button here. Everything works great. Okay, switch has been reinstalled. Power's on. Check my scope. You'll see that the interference is totally gone. That beautiful. It's a brand new switch. Sprayed some contact cleaner through all these Okay. This is the relay that came out of this Marantz. I've ordered one from DigiKey. 24 volts. It's exactly the same. The pinouts is the same. What I'm going to need to do is this was bolted on the circuit board. I just took the screw out, and I'll take this one out and I'll put this one in. Should have the same thread. There we go. Perfect. This is a number 5. There, this should work, and this is a brand new relay. It's gonna fit right here. Did I mention that this weighs a ton? It truly does. I've never seen a stereo weigh so much. Okay. Just like that. Fits perfectly in there. So this is the lock washer that I'm putting in, and the nut. Start that, and I did. Perfect. Make sure you tighten this first before you start soldering. There, that just holds it in place. All the pins are sticking out where I can easily solder them. It's just going to be perfect. Hope you guys can see this. There it is. Screws right there. Okay. The thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the two top ones here. Bend them a little bit because they do have to touch. Go. And this as well. And this as well. Somehow I don't feel the tightness enough. There we go. To excuse my hand. Okay, just gonna try not to get into the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Since it's drawn a lot of power, $30. I believe this should be higher than this. This should definitely be higher than this, and this is the ground. I mean, this is pushing 45 watts. Should have more than 30 volts here. I believe anyway. But I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. So a schematic is going to come in handy, which I don't have. So guys, what I want to do, is I'm going to set the bias on this. I found it's using too much power. You know, when you plug it in, it's going down to about 103 from 123, so that's 20 volts on idle, and that's way too much. You're drawing too much power, and I believe the bias is not set properly on this. So we're going to do the bias adjustment with the service manual, which I found was totally false. And I'll show you guys what I mean. If I can find it. There it is. This is the bias adjustment, and this is the DC offset adjustment. And you'll have one on this side, and you'll have to flip it around over on this side. So it's kind of an awkward thing to do. You have to flip it up and down. But anyways, we'll start off with the left channel, and I'll show you what they want. They want, on the idle current adjustment, they want you to go to pin J753 and J754, which is right here, these pins underneath here. And I did put it on exactly what they're asking, and it's totally false. I'm getting a voltage of 29. So the way that I've done it was, you can either go through the emitter resistor, which is here, but it's pretty hard to get from the back. So what I've done was I went to pin J754. So we'll go to J754. This one right here. There's one pin. And I'm just using the output transistor. One of them is going to give me my millivolts. Okay. It's going up. So we'll let it warm up for like 10-15 minutes, and we'll test it. This is how I've tested it, and it worked okay. The service manual wants 5 millivolts, but I really don't believe that's true. I think that's a misprint. I think it should be around 15 millivolts. You know, this thing is pushing. It's going up. It's actually a misprint because the pin 753 and 754 is not accurate. So you can just imagine. Okay, I'm setting the bias, and I'm gonna go to about 15. And right now I've got 18.7 millivolts. So we will go down with this a little bit. So we'll go down to 15. And there's 15. You guys will be able to see that, eh? Yeah. So 15 millivolts for my bias. And I will check my voltage here. .9, which is exactly what it's wanting. It's wanting that much. Okay, so I've set it to 15 millivolts. Now let's do the right channel. What I got to do is I got to flip this around, which really is a pain in the butt. Because this thing is heavy, it weighs a ton. There. There's the pods there. So I'll go to the pin, which it's a little easier on this side for some reason. I'm having a hard time clipping on those. It's a wide pin, and these clips are just tiny little things. That was the pin 753, by the way, if you're looking for it. And this one is at 16. So this is the pot adjustment. I'll bring this down to 15. So both of these channels will be equal, and there's 15. And this thing has been running for at least 10 minutes, so it's warm. It's perfectly normal. And we'll change this to voltage. And at 38.85. The other one was 38, probably 38.85 as well. They're set equally, which is really good. And this pot here is for your DC offset, which I've already checked, and it is at 0. So we're all set with this. I'm going to put all these buttons back on. The pots has been sprayed with contact cleaner. These seem to be working a lot better. It's really heavy. Did I say that already? It weighs a ton, man.